The next topic is carpal tunnel syndrome. And I'm just going to approach this by talking about the anatomy, demographics, symptoms, testing, treatment, and then prognosis. This is something you're all, I'm sure, quite familiar with. Carpal tunnel is at the wrist, starts at the distal wrist crease, and extends beyond that for a couple of centimeters. It's bounded, the carpal tunnel is bounded by the carpal bones and by the flexor retinaculum. The median nerve is in there. The rest of the contents are basically tendons. It's another view. There's the median nerve here, flexor retinaculum, carpal bones. Here's an MRI, which shows the median nerve quite well. Normally we don't get MRIs in cases of carpal tunnel, but in certain instances a person might be getting it, and in this case the median nerve shows up quite well. Tendons are here, bones are here. Tendon you don't see all that well right over the top. Another view, median nerve here, bones here. So the median nerve has motor and sensory distribution. Sensory distribution goes to the thumb and the first two fingers here, and then half the ring finger, generally, the radial half. When the nerve is compressed here at the carpal tunnel, then you get carpal tunnel syndrome, you get sensory symptoms there. So carpal tunnel is symptomatic compression of the median nerve. The carpal tunnel, as I've said, it starts at the distal wrist crease, includes the tendons and the nerve. So the nerve is somewhat fragile metabolically compared to the tendons. Tendons have a low metabolic rate. They're not really functional except as structural elements, whereas the nerve is carrying information. So when there's increased pressure there at the wrist, the thing that really becomes symptomatic is the nerve, because it gets squeezed. You get probably changes in blood flow. You get, there's probably changes in the axonal flow, and you get swelling of the nerve just proximal to the retinaculum. And this is a truism generally for nerve impingements, that the nerve will be larger just proximal to the place where it's impinged upon. And you can do imaging. I'll show you a little bit about that. It's really not standard of care, but it is an interesting thing we can talk about a little bit later on. Now, demographics, about 5% of the population has carpal tunnel. Some of this information I took from the Medical Disability Advisor. I tried to annotate some of it so that you'd know where it's coming from. Incidence of surgery from 81 to 2005 was 109 out of 100,000 total, but only 11 out of 100,000 being work-related. So it's a minority were felt to be work-related. This is just distribution showing the epidemiology. It's present in all of the racial ethnic groups, probably not too far off the local population based on